I've said it in the past, there's 3 different types of leads. And every single one of these types will behave differently, will have a different life cycle. If you don't know what I'm talking about with the life cycle, check out yesterday's video. Because yes, we are still in this video series where I give you advanced sourcing tips and strategies that will bring you from being a total noob when it comes to sourcing to an advanced seller, who is able to source like a 6, 7, and beyond figure sellers, right? So before we start, we have a Discord server for this channel, right? So I'm always hanging out over there. I'm always answering questions. I'm always in the live chat, the vocal chat. The link is in the description. Join us. If you have any questions regarding Amazon, this is the best place to answer it. And there's a lot of sellers that can, even if I am not able to answer your questions, you will be able to have answers from sellers that know my content, because we are all hanging out over there, right? So best place to have any questions that you have regarding Amazon. All right, so let's dive into the computer. And just as yesterday, you're gonna have PTSD if you don't like math and stuff, because we are gonna look at graphs. All right, so here's the graph. It's supply and demand. So you know what supply and demand is. This is what basically in any market, whether it's on Amazon or whatever, this is what will set the price for a product or for a service, right? So as I said, it's the same thing in Amazon, and this is some basic knowledge that you should have to understand basically all leads will behave, right? So this line, so the line going up is the supply, the line going down is going to be the demand. So this line is going to be the demand, right? So the main thing is that the demand will pretty much always be the same on Amazon, except if it's like for seasonal products and stuff. But there's no point in you trying to forecast the demand on Amazon. It's always going to be the same. You can expect the demand to pretty much always be the same, right? And I should add, so wherever these lines cross, this will be the buy box price. So in economy, you call that the equilibrium price, but for Amazon, it will be the buy box price, all right? So it will be this will be the price of the buy box, right? So the supply being the number of sellers and the quantity they have, and the demand would be whatever the demand is, whatever people want to, how much of these products people want to buy on Amazon, right? So whenever the supply increase, the supply line will shift to the right, as you say right here with this line right here, right? Which is labeled new supply, right? So there could be a lot of reasons why more sellers jump on a listing or the supply increase and stuff. There could be a lot of reasons, but the consequence will be that you will see that the price go down, right? So as you can see right there on the graph, whenever the supply increase, the price goes down. So the price that was at $30 before is now at $20, right? So how does that tie back to the different types of leads? So the 3 types of lead that you will come across are the leads that you can find at MSRP, the leads that you can find on recurring sales, so on sales that comes every 2 weeks, every 1 month, you can pretty much predict that, and then the leads that are on clearance, right? And all this, there's one layer above that, there's one layer deeper, I should say. All these leads will be the demand, the supply of these leads will be the price of these leads, I should say, for whatever they're going to sell on Amazon, will be, it does not matter which of the 3 leads are, but it will be the supply for this lead, actually the supply that you can find online, right? Because if the lead is always out of stock, the supply on Amazon will not be able to increase. And so it does not matter which one of those 3 leads, which one of those 3 types of leads your lead is. The most important thing is what is the supply online. So can people actually find it? If people can actually, if it's super hard to find it, or you can just not find it, whatever I'm going to talk about does not matter, right? Because the lead is out of stock, and so the supply cannot increase, right? But depending on on which bucket your lead is going to fall, the life cycle of this lead will be different, right? So, for example, if it's a lead that you can find at MSRP, if it's the first type of lead that you're able to find at MSRP, right, that you can replenish whenever you want, right, it's going to be way easier to figure out the sales cycle, right, to tie back to the first video, to the second video in the series, right? It's going to be super easy for someone to figure out the life cycle of a lead, of this lead. Not the life cycle, but the sales cycle, I'm sorry. So there's going to be plenty of opportunities to buy this lead profitably, because you can do it all the time because you get the product at MSRP. So someone just need to figure out how to reduce their cost enough. So whether it's with gift cards, whether it's with coupons, whether it's with like welcome coupons, whether it's with, it does not matter. It's super easy because you can buy the product all the time. Because of that, the life cycle of this product will be different than if it was a product that comes on recurring, like on a recurring basis, that goes on sale on a recurring basis, right? Because people will gradually start to find the product and the price is going to tank. So the life cycle is going to be super short. And this is the type of product where you should skip the test buy if you can and go deep directly, because the price is going to tank super fast. Not super fast, but it's going to be way faster than a lead that, for example, as I said, will fall in the second bucket, which is leads that are on recurring sales. Because to be able to be in stock all the time for a lead that is in this second bucket, you will need to have a better knowledge of the sales cycle of a website or for certain brands and stuff like that. So this widen your moat for this product, and this will make it harder to actually tank, that for the price to actually tank for this product. Why is that? Just because the supply will not be able to increase as much as if the lead was just a regular replenishable that you can buy at MSRP. Because it's harder to actually figure out when you can replenish this product and stuff. And this is why you should learn the sales cycle, build game plans for this website, for this brand, and build a game plan for when you should replenish, because this will give you a competitive advantage, because other people just do not know that stuff, right? And the last type of leads will be the leads that are on clearance. So those leads, you can put them out of stock easily, right? Just by ordering a lot of them, because it's clearance. They want to finish the stock. They want to sell everything. So it's not going to be the same. The life cycle is going to be different once again, because once the stock is gone, there's no more stock at that price, right? You're not going to be able to find this product as cheap as it is, right? So the supply will not be able to increase forever. The clearance will make the supply increase in the short term, but it will not keep increasing, because you just cannot find this product at this price anymore in the future, right? So you should think about that and really think of how hard it is to actually, how the type of lead that you find will affect the supply of the product, because the supply in turn will affect the buy box price, right? And those 3 leads, really think about those 3 leads. Whenever you come in front of a lead, think about try to think in which bucket this lead will fall. And from there, try to think of how it's going to affect the buy box price, all right? The best lead you can find is a lead that is on the second bucket, which is a recurring sale. Because you can replenish them over and over again if you know the sales cycle, and you can pretty much know how many you need to buy if you use a tool like Soloboard or whatever, to pretty much to make it easy to actually know how many you sell a day on average. You will know how many you will need to buy for your stock to last until the next promotion, right? This is why it's super important to be able to forecast, to go back. If you haven't seen the video, once again, go back to the second video in this playlist, because this is super important. This will give you a huge competitive advantage, because you can get the product cheaper than people. When people are going to reverse source your store, they're just not going to be able to figure out how you can get this product as cheap as you can, and how you are always in stock for this product. They're going to think that you are doing a wholesale, because it just does not make sense, right? And it's going to take a longer time for this product to actually tank, because all products will tank. At the end of the day, all products will tank one day or the other. But depending on which bucket your product falls, it's gonna take either a longer time or a shorter time, right? The life cycle is gonna be different, and this is the point of this video. Now, when it comes to the products that are on the second bucket, so the products that are on recurring sales, the price may tank in the short run, but like usually the price will recover and then it will tank again, but depending on how often those sales come, right? But if your product sells fast enough, you will not, like, the price will just not tank to a point where you're not profitable. Learn those sales cycle. Try to apply the knowledge that we saw, like all the knowledge I gave you in the previous videos, because everything, it all ties back to this, and it will ties back as well to the supplier where you buy the product, which is a video that, let me see, that is going to come out in a few days, like either tomorrow or the day after that. But all these things will play together, right? The supplier, the type of leads that you have, the sourcing method you're going to use, and the sourcing method you're going to use also going to be, there's going to be a whole video on the sourcing methods, like the different sourcing methods and how it affects this specific concept, like how it affects the specific things and how it's going to affect in turn your buy box price, right? So that's today's video. I'll see you tomorrow. New video every day at 3 p.m. Check out the whole playlist. By the way, I recommend that you start with the first video. Check out these other videos, and I'll see you tomorrow for a new video.